Libra, baby. Okay, so if you keep attracting a lot of Libras, you need to go towards the people. You need to go where the people are. And I can speak on this having a Libra North Node, which means that it is a part of my destiny to go towards the people. Like, the more social I am, the more lucky I am. The more lucky I am in my career, the more lucky I am in my love life. So this is also the case for somebody who consistently attracts a lot of Libras. If you attract a lot of Libras, you more than likely are supposed to overcome communication issues and relationship issues. And you're supposed to also overcome, it very much could be a fear of intimacy, a fear of being close with somebody. And the Libra kind of like brings a lot of those fears to the surface. I dealt with a Libra guy and I still need therapy to this day from that interaction. He was very self-absorbed. He was just in his own world, and he would Libras look at partners like accessories, like you have that Libra that is so addicted to relationships. And I remember sitting in a car with this dude, and I was so infatuated with this guy, because who has not been infatuated with a Libra at some point in their life, right? And I remember him saying, because this was kind of an open relationship kind of thing, and I remember him saying, you're just one of many of my lovers. Like, I'm going to have many more lovers. Like, you're just one of many, And I was young and dumb, right? Like, I was like I wasn't a freshman in college, but I damn near was a freshman in college. So I was a baby. And so I didn't know that was like a red flag, But me being almost 30 now, I'm like, girl, you should have ran after that. But Libras can be serial daters, And so when you deal with a Libra, a lot of it is about illusions and this dreaminess and the illusions of relationships and so much of that, And that's just my experience with Libra. It's about illusions. It's about rose-colored lenses. That's just been my experience. It's just Libras can pull a wool over your mother effing eyes. Like, Libras can really deceive you. Like, these people, lower vibrational Libras, unhealed Libras, can be very deceptive, and they're masters at it. Like, they're really good at coming off one way but being another way in reality. They're really good at pulling the wool over your eyes and telling you what you want to hear. And sometimes these people will keep things from you, because I remember I don't want to get into that whole toxic ass situationship, weird polyamorous forced BS crap that I was involved with this Libra guy. And it was a Leo female, and then I was the other female. But Libras will fabricate. They will create realities and paint things and make things look a certain way that they're really not, just so that people don't get upset, so that people don't hate them. Like, Libras, and don't attract the highly intelligent Libra. Now that's dangerous. Okay, them dumb Libras that they dumb, like, you can tell they just slow. They ain't a threat. But them intelligent Libras, my God, be careful with them. And this is all the things I have ever been irritated about in people have all been things that I am capable of. And I would say that the one thing with Libras is that Libras can be clingy. And in the past, I have been clingy. Having a Libra moon, hello, I have been clingy. I'm not as clingy. I'm not half as clingy as I used to be. But I couldn't stand this about Libras. And I still to this day can't stand it. But I'm not like how a Libra will cling to whoever, whenever. I will not cling to a damn stranger. The only person I'm gonna cling to is a partner. I'm not going to cling to somebody that I don't know. That's the thing that irks me about Libras. Libras will cling to a stranger. They just need to cling everywhere that they go. Like the weak, spineless Libras, they need to cling. They will cling to any body. But I'm not like that. If I'm gonna cling to somebody, it's gonna be somebody that I have gotten to know and I really like. Then I get clingy, probably because I have a Libra moon and not a Libra sun. So y'all know I made a whole video about the difference between the moon and sun and all of that. But yeah, be careful with these Libras. Libras will teach you a lot. And like I said, I feel like the biggest thing with Libras is illusions. Learning how to see through illusions. Learning how to see through illusions of identities. That a lot of the times is why you keep attracting Libras. Sorry, it is what it is. All right, so Scorpio, why you keep attracting the Scorpion in your life? Okay, so this is going to be just as, I guess you could say personal. Like I'm speaking from some serious like personal experience when it comes to Scorpio. It's going to be just as personal as Virgo. Like how I grew up with two Virgo sisters. I had a Scorpio ex. I had a roommate who was a Scorpio, and she was also a co-worker and a friend. I've had a lot of co-workers be Scorpios. Child, the list goes on. Like when it comes to Taurus and Scorpio, because they're opposite signs, this can be a soulmate connection. And from my experience with, it was literally 3 Scorpios, OMG, 3 Scorpios in my life. All 3 of them, I had like this strong spiritual connection and this strong past life connection with them. And I know I can't be the only Taurus that feels this way towards Scorpios. Like you be feeling like Scorpios is your soulmate. You be feeling like you've known Scorpio. You'll meet a Scorpio for the first time and you'll feel like you've known that Scorpio for the past 15, 20 years, you know? It's a very strong familiar energy, like that Scorpio is your sibling. And all 3 of these Scorpios, my ex-boyfriend and these 2 Scorpio female friends, they all felt like family, you know? They all had like this familial kind of energy to them, right? Like you're my spiritual siblings, my spiritual kinfolk, maybe even siblings in a past life kind of thing. Scorpios bring about transformation, right? So from my experience, all of the Scorpios that ever came into my life, they really helped me to transform my situation. I had one that helped me to get away from the toxic Scorpio ex and get out of that situation and help me to transition. And she said that it seemed like it was almost like, I don't think she said she felt like it was her purpose, but I noticed a pattern. And so I would say, yeah, it's probably maybe your purpose or your destiny, but that she said she would always make friends that was struggling somehow and she needed to help them. Because later on in that friendship, she dated a dude that needed her help and was struggling with housing, and you know, he was from a different country and it was this whole thing, right? And so it was the same for my Scorpio ex, the one that she had to like help me to get away from. He also pulled me out of a situation that was abusive and toxic with my family. I didn't know at the time that he was going to end up being abusive and toxic, but still, I needed that elevation. Me staying with him was elevation from the situation that I was in, right? And it's the same for, it was another Scorpio female, not the roommate, but another one who, oh my God, that relationship was so spiritual that it almost, her presence brought about a spiritual awakening for me. And I'm not just saying this, like my spiritual abilities were so heightened when she came into my life that I was literally seeing the environment that we were in from a completely, like through a completely different lens. It was crazy. Like I gotta do a story time on that because I'm already a very intuitive, psychically sensitive person. So man, when I'm telling you I've already been this way, but it intensified with her coming into my life and us bonding. But I'm having visions on the spot. I don't want to get too much into it because I don't know. I'm still working on coming to terms with my psychic abilities and overcoming the fear of being ridiculed for it. So I'm not quite there yet, but I'm working on it. A Scorpio will bring out the shadow in the people around you, and that's what she did. I was in an environment and I was kind of like seeing everybody through rose-colored lenses. And let me just get a little bit deeper. So it was at this homeless shelter. And I did make a story time on this channel. It was called I was in a cult and didn't know it. And it was a Christian homeless shelter. And when she came into my life, that's when I realized that it was a cult. Because she was pointing out all the people's shadows. Because that's the thing about Scorpios. Scorpios are so freaking powerful. A Scorpio can see people's darkness. They can see. You know, whereas this person can pull the wool over everybody else's eyes. You can't pull that wool over Scorpio's eyes. Because Scorpios are psychically sensitive. Scorpios can see into the spiritual realm. So Scorpios can be very powerful. You know? And y'all would be a lot more powerful if y'all would let go of them damn insecurities. But anyway, I'm just saying. Okay? I'm just saying. And let go of that vengeful side, because it holds you back, Scorpio. You think that getting revenge is helping you or is going to somehow move you forward. It won't. I assure you. I've seen it. Okay? But the thing that really be bothering me about Scorpios is Scorpios, you will never forget a Scorpio. A Scorpio will change your damn life. The sex with a Scorpio, you will be comparing all other men to that Scorpio. You will be comparing all your other sex experiences to the one with him. My experiences with all of these Scorpios was a very spiritual experience. It was very revealing and transforming. And then there was the other Scorpio that really was pointing out people's actual, for real, demons, right? So you will keep attracting Scorpios because you probably have a shadow side that you need to look at. And you also need to start looking at other people's shadow side. You need to stop assuming that everybody has your best interest in mind. You need to be more realistic about your perspective on people. And that's what these Scorpios have done in my life. They've also just opened my eyes to a lot of spiritual truths. And you know, Scorpios are educators by nature. Like, Scorpios are teachers by nature. So a Scorpio will teach you a lot, especially about the spiritual realm. Also, Scorpios, a powerful Scorpio, will help you to come more to terms with the concept of death and passing over and things like that. So if you're attracting a lot of Scorpios in your life, this is a very transformative time. You need to pay more attention to your sense of spirituality, as well as your ability to see into the darker aspects of people and the darker aspects of the spiritual realm, such as being able to see a demon attached to somebody, or sense a demonic entity attached to somebody. So put your spiritual goggles on and see spirituality and see the world around you. See the spiritual realm over the physical. Yeah, pretty powerful stuff. Sagittarius, Sagittarius, I gotta do my dance for Sag, because Sagittarius, y'all are so much fun. Like, a Sagittarius will have you cracking the F up. Oh my goodness. The sense of humor of a Sagittarius. You lucky if you attract a Sagittarius with a genuinely good sense of humor. You are lucky. You are lucky to be friends with that Sagittarius. Okay, so if you keep attracting a lot of Sagittariuses, especially the high vibrational ones, they be like, hey, you up in that thing. It's time to have fun, okay? Me have my sun in the 9th house, which is the house, that Sagittarius rules. I'm all about it. I'm all about it. I may be a Taurus, but I'm under the Sagittarius umbrella. So this excites me. So I have not been lucky enough to attract a lot of Sagittariuses in my life, like, ever. Like, they'll be around here and there. But I am just now getting to know a Sagittarius female who we're becoming more friends. And when I tell you, this female be cracking me up. It's like just the way that she naturally expresses herself. I'll be telling this girl, because she do acting like me. We're both into like local acting. Check out my acting vlogs. Check out my acting vlogs of me auditioning and for different plays and whatever. So I met her at acting class, and she's been in some films. She's been in, she's been doing it. The homegirl be doing it. Like, that girl stay active, doing her thing, just like a damn Sag. Never tired, restless AF. I told her, I said, you need to have your own TV show. Like you into film, girl. With a personality like that, girl, you in the right industry. You in the right damn industry. Y'all saw how my energy perked up as soon as I channel Sag energy, because if you keep attracting a Sagittarius in your life, like I said, especially the upbeat ones, it means it's time to have fun. It's time to get out of the house. It's time to go on adventures. It's time to laugh more. It's time to not take life so damn seriously. Okay? It's time to be more adventurous. It's time to travel more. Okay? Especially if you keep attracting Sagittarius that always want to pull you out of the house. It's time to put that sedentary life to rest and have fun. It's time to explore a more a wilder side of your personality. Okay? Because Sagittarius will help you to think outside the box. A Sagittarius will do some random stuff and say some random stuff that you would not expect. And you just got to go with it. You just got to go with it, right? So, on the spiritual end of it, when it comes to Sagittarius, Sagittarius can be some very powerful spiritual leaders. Warlocks, sorcerers. Jay-Z, he's a Sagittarius. Yeah, Jay-Z. Y'all saw how Beyonce switched up once her and Jay-Z started getting closer. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Sagittarius leaders are very, very influential. Like, because Sagittarius have this godlike wisdom where they could honestly be really good cult leaders, kind of like their opposite sign, Gemini, and they could really trick you into thinking that they are like the second coming of Christ. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, these Sagittarius, when they have a strong relationship with God, they are very powerful. A Sagittarius can bring you to heaven through teachings, like bring heaven down to earth type shit. Like, I had a therapist who was a Sagittarius. It was this older white lady, and when I tell y'all, she was everything I needed at the time. Like, it was the stuff that she would say, like, and at the time I was fresh into my spiritual awakening. I was in my early 20s. I was going through depression, and she would say things like, we are human beings having a spiritual experience. And to have a therapist say that to you, yeah, that was what was up. Yeah, like, Sagittarius are not afraid to, you know, express who they are and how they feel about things, even when it comes to spirituality. You know, like, they bold like that. They bold, and she was bold. You know, yeah, she was a feeler. She was a feeler like me, right? So a Sagittarius can have you can bring you a renewed relationship with God, or you can have a renewed or revamped or transformed relationship with your own spirituality or your relationship with religion. So Capricorn, baby, Capricorn, baby, get them coins, baby, and I gotta go. And PP, I'll be back. Little booties matter. No, I can't twerk. I can't twerk to save my life. All right, Capricorn. Let's get into my regal, reserved Capricorn demeanor, darling. So, Capricorn, if you keep attracting a lot of Capricorns in your life, and we're going to talk about the high vibrational versus the low vibrational. If you keep attracting a high vibrational Capricorn, and what I mean by that is the Capricorn who is good at making money, which Capricorns are known to do, be good at making money, hardworking. This Capricorn has high standards for themselves. They know what they want when it comes to their career, and they're very successful in their career. Obviously, the universe is telling you that you need to take your career more seriously and you need to work harder. Okay? A Capricorn will push you. Okay? And so, if a Capricorn's not pushing you, that's probably because they're too busy off pushing themselves. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the thing about Capricorns, though. They're not the most pushy sign, and I really like that about Capricorns. You got some signs that can be really pushy, like Aries, for an example. Capricorns will go off and do their own thing. Like, if they feel that an environment is not bringing them anything, they're just gonna leave. Like, they're not gonna waste their time. Like, Capricorn's like, I have too much money to make, boo boo. Bye. You know, so if you keep attracting these types of Capricorns, a lot of it is about work, money, career, and your reputation. You know, and your reputation out in the world, your public persona, right? So Capricorn is highlighting these things. Capricorn is highlighting the importance of these things. Now, if you keep attracting a low vibrational Capricorn, who is, from my experience, manipulative, unreliable. Like, I've known a couple Capricorns to be very unreliable. Like, they'll say, I got you, I'm gonna come pick you up, and then you calling and texting and they don't answer, right? And then you doing this for a good 30 minutes to an hour, and you're like, that mother effer lied to me. Like, they said they was gonna pick me up, and I'm just standing at the grocery store, and then I just gotta wing it. And it's that 2 Capricorns did that to me. But it was like, I'm gonna come pick you up, and they just left me stranded. That's not a real friend. I got rid of them, right? So Capricorns can be somewhat selfish sometimes. Capricorns can sometimes be a little bit like fickle, like flaky. Like, they'll say one thing and do another. Unreliable. That's one part of Capricorn that I feel like is not really talked about enough, right? So if you keep attracting Capricorns like that, it's just another lesson to value yourself and raise your standards when it comes to friendships. You ain't got to put up with that. Excuse me. A lot of the times when you keep attracting people that are not loyal to you and they mistreat you, it's probably because you are mistreating yourself. Okay, so Aquarius. If you keep attracting a lot of Aquariuses, that's interesting. Like, I have never attracted like a bunch of Aquariuses at one time. Now, I have known quite a few Aquariuses in my life, but if you do attract a bunch of hardworking Aquariuses and Aquariuses who are socially conscious, you are lucky, because they care about the world. But the paradox when it comes to Aquarius is they care about the world, they care about humanity. These are the humanitarians of the zodiac, but they may not necessarily care about you. And Aquarius will care about the world and the children, and oh my God, all the injustices, and they care all about politics and this, that, and the third. But when it comes to you personally, they're like, I ain't calling you back. I don't care about you. If you keep attracting a lot of Aquariuses who are in their power, the universe is encouraging you to think outside of the box and be more of an individual. And don't be afraid to be weird. Don't be afraid to be quirky. Don't be afraid to be an outcast. Don't be afraid to be the only one doing or saying, a particular thing. Aquariuses will encourage you to be yourself. Aquariuses will not compromise who they are to fit in. You know what I'm saying? If this Aquarius is more of a high vibrational Aquarius, or more of an evolved Aquarius, Aquariuses will encourage you to embrace your uniqueness. So yeah, allow yourself to be weird. Leave your house with mix match socks from time to time, and pull your pants up so the world can see. Okay. So Aquariuses also offer a different perspective, like Sagittarius and Scorpio, but it's a little different. They offer a different perspective when it comes to politics, when it comes to, like I say, social issues and world problems, and also spirituality, because Aquariuses will always have a very unique, like what we call alternative perspective on things. So an Aquarius, a lot of the times they are in your life to help you think differently than what you usually think. Like, they're really trying to get you to see things with more of an open mind, and Aquariuses have done that for me in the past. Like, oh my God, like Aquariuses can be some freaking geniuses. Like, it's crazy, and I love it though. Like, I can literally sit down and talk to an evolved Aquarius for a hot minute, but be worried, because Aquariuses can be very manipulative, and we're getting on the dark side. If you keep attracting the Aquarius that's a bully, because Aquariuses have this thing where when Aquarius feels really insecure about themselves, they will find somebody that they feel is vulnerable and weak, and they will target that person and bully that person and really try to make that person feel like crap to make themselves feel better. And I hate that side of Aquarius. I really can't stand it. So many of my bullies in like middle school and high school and even in adulthood have been Aquariuses. Like, and I'm not kidding. I'm freaking not kidding. I had a middle school bully. She was my friend, but she was a friend of me, and she would always say slick stuff to try to make me feel bad. But then she revealed that she was jealous and she wished that she had my body and all this type of dumbass shit. Oh, excuse my language. Because I think it's real dumb. Like, don't be jealous. Just work on yourself. Like, it's just the dumbest thing ever, right? The thing is, Aquariuses, they are encouraging you to stand up for yourself. Like them bully Aquariuses, they are encouraging you to stand up for yourself. You probably are hard on yourself already, so that's why you're even attracting a person like that. And you need to stop being so damn hard on yourself. Okay? So stand up for yourself. Do not let these Aquariuses, and oh my gosh, it can be intense. Like y'all don't know the stuff I've been through. Aquariuses on the dark, like super dark end, can be predators, bullies. Always need to say something real mean and negative to make you feel bad, and you ain't even doing nothing to them. You just minding your business, and they'll literally come up to you and be like, you know, you ugly and stupid, right? Obviously, it's a lot more deeper than that. Like they're better with their insults, because Aquariuses are like master manipulators. They're really good at making you feel like crap about yourself, even if you weren't even bothering them. They have this ability to really mess with your mind psychologically. Like, these people are psychological masterminds, and they can really good at psychological abuse and psychological manipulation. I just gotta call it like it is. So if you attracting that type of an Aquarius, you got some real low self-worth going on, and I definitely had that when I was attracting these types of Aquariuses. So you need to like also protect. It's also about protection as well. You need to learn how to protect yourself better. Get you some protection crystals. You know what I'm saying? Say your affirmations when it comes to protection. Pray more. You need to learn how to protect yourself and be stronger. Pisces, if you keep attracting a lot of Pisces, I am so sorry. Just kidding, Pisces. Calm down. Okay, maybe I wasn't kidding 100%, but calm down. I still love y'all. I love all 12 zodiac signs. All y'all my babies, okay? But I have a couple Pisces exes, and just by me saying that, y'all already know what it's about to be. So the very first relationship, the very first boyfriend that I've ever had was in my early 20s, and it was with a Pisces guy. And when I tell y'all, that relationship was very spiritual, but it wasn't like all my relationships are spiritual, because I'm a spiritual person and I have a Libra North node, which hints at, you know, a very spiritual relationships, but we're gonna talk about that in another video. That relationship, it was spiritual. It definitely was spiritually driven, but there was still a lack of awareness when on his part. He was delusional, which is, you know, what Pisces kind of are known for, being a little bit detached from reality and not really being aware of what's going on. I've noticed that a lot of the times a Pisces-Taurus dynamic, usually it's the Taurus giving Pisces tough love, because Taurus, we could be tough, but Pisces loves Taurus. We are drawn to each other, but unfortunately Pisces looks at Taurus like somebody to lean on and somebody to give them a backbone, and that's exactly what I was to him. I was the backbone of the relationship, and I did not like that, because I'm like, I'm the woman, but I'm the leader, and you're just following my lead. Like, he would follow my lead. Like, everywhere we would go, he would always want me to make the decisions first, and that's so not attractive. Us Taurus women, we are so damn strong. Like, it's hard for us to find men that reach our level of strength. Like, oh my god, I need to make a whole separate video on that. When it comes to the Pisces guy, I've always known myself to be a strong person, but in that relationship, it really highlighted how strong I really was. Like, because I had to be strong, because he couldn't do that. And we were the same age. We both were like 23, I think. And so mentally, I was like 35. And mentally, he was like 14. You know? He was a teenager. Like, there, without a doubt, despite him being in his early 20s, that dude was a teenager in his mind. You couldn't tell me that man was not a child, right? And we were both the same age, but I was like a good decade older than him mentally, right? So this relationship, let me get to the point. This relationship, why I attracted this particular Pisces was, it also pointed out a shadow aspect of myself. And it also provoked strength that I did not know I had. And I needed to learn that. I needed to know that I had that type of strength inside of myself for the future battles that I was gonna end up having to fight, right? That's how God do. You know, he begin you prepared. So that codependency that Pisces had, it gave me a certain strength. Does that make sense? And it was toxic. It was not good. But I still needed to be aware of how influential I can be in a relationship, and how I have so much more responsibility when it comes to relationships because of that. So I had more of the responsibility in the relationship because I was the more dominant, you know, partner. And that Pisces relationship taught me that. And Pisces also, the lesson with Pisces is so many times going to be about boundaries, because Pisces is the sign of like blurred boundaries. You know, Pisces, they struggle to put up boundaries against predators and creeps and all types of. Pisces struggle to put up those boundaries, and they also struggle to respect other people's boundaries. Kind of like some low vibrational Tauruses, like I just mentioned. And so that was also my issue, boundaries, putting up boundaries. And he was so good at crossing boundaries. That man was so damn clingy, but I struggled to be like, get off me. I struggled to say that sometimes, but it really got to a point where I just felt like, I was like, ugh, just get. And Pisces, and I've talked to 2 Pisces dudes who made me feel violated, like, because they were so clingy to the point where it made me feel like they were trying to like mush into me. Like Pisces, they all about blending in and becoming one. You know, Pisces will say stuff like that, and I'm like, I get that for like a soulmate that you're gonna marry, but we had literally just met, so that's weird. Yeah, Pisces, they be weird like that. So I learned a lot about boundaries when it came to Pisces, and I also learned about who I was spiritually, because Pisces can be very, very spiritual, and I also learned about kindness and empathy and being giving, because Pisces, although they irk the hell out of me, Pisces can be very, very giving and very, very sweet. Like, OMG, a divine part of myself was opened up in that relationship, despite how toxic and chaotic it was. I was very young, okay? We both were toxic and chaotic, okay? So yeah, I believe that that's it. I can go on about this. This video is already super long. It's dang near a whole hour long video that is going to take me like 2 days to edit. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Now let me sing a tune for you before I let you go. I know I need to get my black ass in the studio. I know it. Bye.